my name is Masha and welcome to my video. Today I have another tech repair video for you and I am so excited because I love making these. So in today's episode we're gonna be fixing my husband's computer. He's from India, so it's a bit ironic that I'll be fixing his computer. We'll be replacing both speakers left and right as well as the battery. But first we need the spare parts, so let's order them right now off of the internet because we live in a magical world. That was fast.
It actually wasn't fast at all and it took ages to arrive. But once it did, I was excited to open the package and start the project. I made sure to follow detailed instructions on how to do this from iFixit website, which I'll link down below. I started by removing the dirty old case and unscrewing the lower case. Make sure that you keep your loose screws safely and well organized, as this will make your job of putting it back together much easier. I found quite a bit of dust inside, but considering that it was never opened before and computer is 7 years old, it was really not too bad. You should always unplug the battery first before doing anything else. I also made sure to drain the battery completely before I started the project, because I'll be removing it later and that makes it safer to work with. Then I simply followed step-by-step instructions on iFixit, and they tell you to essentially remove everything, starting with the left fan. There's lots of screws to unscrew and cables to disconnect, so just make sure you're doing things slowly and gently. Don't touch things with your greasy fingers and don't be too rough, because these things are sensitive and can get damaged quickly. Some parts are glued on, so you have to wiggle them out of place, like this cable. Next, I remove the right fan. It's the same process as on the other side. Now I'm moving here to remove the SSD drive, which is screwed in with one screw. Next up is the interface board. Unplug the cables, unscrew the screws and wiggle it out. I feel like that describes pretty much every part in this computer. So basically, it's a 3-step process when it comes to removing any part of this. Unscrew, unplug and wiggle it out. Now we're at logic port assembly, and here's the first major problem that I faced. This red circled screw would just not come out, and as I tried removing it, the head got stripped. And if you know that this is less than ideal. If I can't unscrew this screw, I can't replace anything. It's over. I tried the rubber band method without success, and it probably took me 20 minutes to troubleshoot and find a solution. Lucky for me, I'm a genius and remembered to try these small pliers, and the screw was in a kind enough position where this worked like a charm. I threw that screw in the bin and never bothered replacing it, so there's a screw missing here. So I continued to use the 3-step method on this logic board as well. Unscrew, unplug and wiggle it out. Dust it out with a makeup brush, finally getting some use out of it. And now we've finally come to the speakers part. I match them accordingly and proceed to remove the old ones. Again, you know the drill. Unscrew, unplug and wiggle it out. This is not a tutorial, so if you consider doing this at home, I highly recommend you follow instructions on iFixit. They've done a phenomenal job explaining and showing everything, so link down below. They're not sponsoring this video, I'm just a big fan. And now, the most difficult and annoying part of this whole operation, removal of the battery. Now these batteries are glued with the devil himself, seems like, because it took copious amounts of patience and gentle roughness. Now iFixit suggests that you use the adhesive remover, or devil remover as I'd like to call it, but I didn't have that on hand and I didn't want to deal with the mess of it. So I went with a more old school method of heating the adhesive with a hairdryer and hoping for the best. So I made sure not to keep the hairdryer too close, not to overheat anything, and then just jam that sputter and plastic picks underneath. It was not an easy job and I did not enjoy doing it. You have to be careful not to puncture anything or slip and damage some other parts that are open. Also, do not bend the batteries at any point because that will break them and they could ignite. After what seemed like forever, I finally managed to remove the batteries, and that's a big moment of celebration for me. I can finally reap the rewards of my hard work and replace the old with the new. Until I realize in this moment that iFixit sent me the wrong battery and it doesn't fit. It's for a different model. What an absolute bummer. Well, I had no choice but to put the old battery back inside and wait for the correct one to arrive in the post. I was able to replace the speakers, and at least next time when I open the computer, I won't need to remove everything. Since the battery is no longer stuck to the case, I can easily just take it out and replace it with a new one. I followed instructions on iFixit in reverse order, making sure to screw all the screws except for the scraped one and connect all the cables back before closing the bottom case and hoping for the best. There's always this moment of, is it going to switch back on? And a relief after it does. And it works like a charm. I refuse to put it back in the dirty old case though, so I ordered a new one, and after a nice cleaning, the computer looks and feels brand new. See? It's really not that hard. You can easily do this at home, and it's so much fun.
So that's it. That's for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!